It has been a long road, but we have finally reached the final heat of Melodifestivalen 2017 in Skelleftea. I don't know how to say it. I just know Loreen is here. Let's talk about it. Chris, kicking things off this week is Jan-Henrik Algren, and he has brought a sidekick in the form of Nina. Now, in my mind, he had one chance to win this contest, and that was in 2015. I think his sound is amazing and spiritual on first listen, but that first listen for me was 2 years ago. Adding a Nina doesn't really kind of modernize or make this more interesting. It sounds like a bland Disney ballad, one of the ones that wouldn't get nominated for an Oscar. I'm just not feeling it from this clip.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of feel like it actually feels a bit more like it's Anina featuring Jan-Henrik Fjällgren in both the snippet and the rehearsal clip that we've seen. Because she really dominates it. He's sort of yoiking in the background, and it doesn't have the same effect that it did in 2015. It's a bit like the moniker when he tried again in sort of like 2012, I think, and he completely bombed out because he went with, you know, he wasn't the big thing anymore. He wasn't this new guy doing something different. And that is where ultimately I think he'll fall down. It's nice, and I wouldn't be surprised if it got to Andra Chansen, but it's nowhere near Yoga Free from 2015.
I love this phrase, yoiking in the background. It could mean so many things. We move on to Alice. She is singing Running with Lions. I have a personal soft spot for her. She is of Vietnamese descent. Honey was adopted, moved to Sweden. She is stunning. I love how she's got that Tila Tequila sass. She's got that Lucy Liu attractiveness, and she is serving us some Beyonce voice. If she's running with the Lions, I will be at the head of that pride, honey. This is the club banger I have been waiting for all year. This is like Jasmine Cara, but better. She's taking it to another level. I really feel this could be, well, let's put a Loreen to the side of everyone else. This could be the song of the week, and in my mind, the song of the year. Chris.
I really, really hope that Sweden gets behind this, because every bit that we've seen of it so far, I really, really like it. I do fear that it's going to go down the Jasmine Cara route and they won't get it. And the staging seems a little bit too simple. It's sort of just like her by herself with some nice lighting, which again is what happened to Jasmine Cara. All that being said, though, I was expecting a lot from her. She's got a great voice and she's really delivering it. Yeah, I definitely agree. In any other semi-final, this would have easily made the final, I think. And in this one, it kind of feels like she has been thrown to the lions. Like, I really hope Sweden does the right thing.
Fingers crossed we have a new Asian sensation. Now we move on, to the third of 7 acts. It is Les Gordons with Bound to Fall. They, of course, won Svenska Nesta last fall. They've come back with a new song, Bound to Fall. I really like this. It has a whiny, angsty sound. It reminds me of that American band Wheatus from the noughties, Teenage Dirtbag. I don't know if you remember. But better. This feels expensive and polished. I mean, in so many ways, Sweden always has a song that's kind of a group of guys doing rock, but this is very pop rock current. I prefer Dismissed from a few weeks ago, but I think this has its merits. I'm really glad it's in this heat.
It's not bad, but they have no hope. Like, just to be very clear, they have absolutely no hope. The Svenska and Nesta acts never do well, and there's so many much better ones in the past. I think Smilo, Echo, if I remember, they were all from that competition, and they just don't have the support of the Swedish public, it feels like. It kind of feels a bit Wheatus, a bit almost like Arctic Monkeys on the other hand. It's like they've gone with these two genres and tried to blend them together. I don't really get it. It doesn't work that well for me. I don't dislike it. It just feels a bit like they're making up the numbers for me this week. But again, in another heat, I would probably be putting this through to Andra Chansen, but here and now, no way.
It's a tough gig. And we move on to Wiktoria with a W. Her song is As I Lay Me Down. Well, she is getting me up. I am not going to sleep. This is very Dolly Parton, very Still Waters Run Deep. It's not as instantly catchy and likable as last year's entry, which I was instantly hooked on, but I have hope that when we hear the final 2 minutes, this will come together. It has a very Nashville, more traditional Nashville sound than her song from last year, as if she wants to relocate and try to become the next Carrie Underwood, albeit with that Dolly Parton, I don't know, spirituality. This is a very interesting change of direction, because she's been very much kind of riding the country pop EDM-esque wave, and now she's going this route, Route 66. Does it work for you?
It reminds me more of anybody else than like Leanne Rimes.
Ooh.
Which is, but it's not quite the right era for it now. It kind of feels like it's a step back from Save Me, which I didn't like Save Me for the first couple of weeks after we first heard it, and then I really got into it. So maybe this will build on me, but it doesn't grab me. Save Me had that really great hook, and it had really great staging, and everything from this one just feels like it's a bit of a step down. And it's almost like up against Loreen. Are they more favouring Loreen because Wiktoria just doesn't have as good as she did last year? And I feel like it needed to be a step up. For me, it's not bad, and I hope that she does well, but it just doesn't have that immediate punch that it needs.
Yeah, it's more Grand Ole Opry than Friends Arena.
Yeah.
But the final 2 minutes will tell the story. The fifth act is Axel Schyllstrom. He, of course, suffered incredibly bad burns across his body in an accident, and he has a very powerful personal story. I think we are all rooting for him, especially after going on his Facebook page and seeing some trolls leaving very nasty comments. I want to see him slay and go straight to the final. This song is very promising. It really gets you moving, you bob your head, it's contemporary, it's current. I think he can deliver it. We saw him on Swedish Idol. He's not a one-trick pony. He's versatile. I'm feeling very positive. You never know how Swedes are going to react to artists who've not been in Melfest, but because he has that Idol backing, I'm confident he can get through, or at least survive this heat.
It's kind of got that retro dancehall feel that almost like Elena Bourne has in Estonia, but it kind of elevates it from that, whereas she's like very stuck in her way. It's like a Stig Rasta song on steroids, in a way this is. I really like it. And I think that one of the things I said in the review on the website was all the Swedish songs we've got so far in either Anders Hansen or the final, it's a novelty song. You've got David Du and you've got Uwe Törnqvist. And you kind of need that legitimate Swedish language song, I feel, like Alina Svenning or somebody like that. This is very much that kind of song, and I think that he'll definitely do well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go straight through to the final, because it is a genuinely good song. Yeah. If he gets it all right on stage as well, yeah, I'm rooting for him.
I'd say this is, besides Alice, the song that instantly got me. I kind of instantly was like moving, and so hopefully that will bode well for him. Yeah. Now, the sixth song is Sara Varga and Juha Malari with something in Swedish, which I can't pronounce. This, it's just a bit of a letdown. I feel like she's taken too many happy drugs and she's just kind of speaking. It doesn't, there's no power or thrust here. It's very chit-chatty, sing-songy. I have very little to say about this, actually. I don't think that he necessarily adds anything. I would have liked to see her on her own. I'm just a bit lost for words. It feels very filler.
That's exactly, like, this seems the one doomed for last place in the final. And yeah, they don't really seem to blend well together. She's very happy. He's got that low, drony voice. And no, I wonder whether somebody dropped out and she had a better duet partner or they drafted her in. All I'm going to say is Melodifestivalen 2011, Sara, she beat Loreen. No way is that happening again this year.
Isn't that funny how times change? Spring for Leave It was sleepy and slow, and yet it was memorable. It created a real atmosphere, whereas this is completely devoid of atmosphere. Shame. All right. Now, we've all been waiting for this moment. The 27 songs that came before were all going to be compared to this one. It is Loreen, the winner of Eurovision 2012. Euphoria was amazing. Does Statements live up to it? It's completely different, y'all. This is not necessarily going for the traditional pop win. This is going for artistic statement. This is going for messaging. Everyone on the ground in Sweden is saying this is the most kind of stirring visual performance of them all. One of the photos that features in the background is the famous picture taken in Växjö, which shows a woman hitting a neo-Nazi over the head with her handbag. This is, of course, making a statement, standing up for what you believe in. If you read the lyrics, this is very much about making a statement. She told us in our interview earlier that she does not care care about winning. And you actually get the sense, because this is really a performance art piece. However, I do think she could win because it's creating an atmosphere in this first minute snippet that no other song has really created in this entire competition. And given how, last year's Eurovision winner was politicized, so maybe the trend will continue. This is an incredibly politicized act. I think it has that kind of higher calling to it, kind of like Paperlight. Paperlight felt like she was reaching for Nirvana or doing something spiritual. This feels the same way. I'm stumbling over my words quite a lot because her performance, it seems very complicated, very deep, and very profound.
It feels like the entire time with Loreen, it's going to be something where you have to see it all in full to really grasp it, I feel. The big thing is the snippet cuts off just when you don't want it to, just before what we hope is going to be an amazing chorus, an amazing burst. I didn't get why everybody was saying, oh, it's so different. It's nothing that she's done before. It does feel very similar to like I'm In It With You, or not necessarily Paperlight, but it doesn't feel completely devoid of the Loreen we know. I really like it though. And I think particularly Donald Trump's whole thing about Malmo and everything that's going on in Sweden politically right now, that might be a blessing or it might be a curse for the song. It might romp to victory now, but is it still as relevant in 3 months' time when we get to Kiev? Kiev has its own political problems. It's just such a random sort of mix of these emotions that she's reaching for and the statement she's trying to make that it could either go spectacularly well or this could be the flop. She is making the final of Melodifestivalen, definitely, no matter what happens. But from there, I don't know. We need to hear more. Is the ultimate thing with this song, and see more.
I just want to read you a Facebook message we have from our friend Kevin, who is on the ground at rehearsals. He says, this is visual. Like, the snippet is good to get you in the mood, but it's just the overall presentation. This is emotionally enigmatic. It makes you feel empathy, guilt for being ignorant, and open-mindedness. It causes you to think and get it now. She's not in it to win it. She's just in it to reach as many people as possible. Sweden is known for melancholy. If this wins, that's a statement in itself. You could see this, if it wins, winning Eurovision, because it's so complex in its visual presentation. And I have pulled up the lyrics now, and I'd like to read them. Karma, karma, come and dance with me. Read between the lies and set me free. Imagine the beginning of the end. We don't need to talk ever again. We don't need your way out. We don't need your way out. Words cut, but I don't care how much it hurts. Shades for the blind. Can't hear your empty words. Mother Mary, try to keep it real. Save your prayers for peace and let us heal. I'm sorry, this is some spoken word poetic realness. I just want to make the prayer emoji right now and say, God bless you. I don't know what she's talking about at this particular moment because, like, I haven't eaten, I'm really low blood sugar. But I know something deep is going on, and I cannot wait to see this.
It's going to be something spectacular. It's going, no matter what, you know that it will be a visual treat.
Absolutely. So, Chris, final question. Let's go back and forth and make our predictions. I'm going to say that the two going to the final are Loreen, and then it's really tough because, I mean, you would think reputation-wise Wiktoria, but the song is a bit of a letdown. Personally, I would put Alice through, but I don't know if that's going to carry weight. And then to Andre Johnson, I would send Wiktoria, and either Axel or Jean-Henrik. So I'll say Axel.
I think it will be Loreen definitely to the final. I think maybe Axel will go to the final. And then Wiktoria and probably Jean-Henrik in Andre Johnson, and Alice. As much as I want her to get through, I have a feeling Alice will be the one to miss out.
Very Jasmine Cara.
Yeah, but it's going to be... This is going to be the bloodbath one, where a song that's really good is definitely going to miss out. And I don't know. This is so hard to predict. Loreen is the only certainty.
That we can agree on. Yes. Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you excited for the final heat of Melodifestivalen 2017? Do you think this is Loreen's for the taking? And is there anyone who can surprise? You can let us know here on wiwibloggs.
And make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts on the wiwibloggs app.
And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, no.